Hey, what's up everyone? And in today's Perfumery Basics video, we're going to take a look at 5 tips and DIY hacks that you could be using in your perfumery sessions. Okay, so for tip or hack number 1 is what I like to use when I have a material, usually that's in a small bottle or something like that, that has been crystallizing. Sometimes materials will form crystals at the bottom, or maybe the material is just fully solidified, which happens, and that's normal. Sometimes they just need to be warmed up before use. So I've seen people recommend hot water baths, putting them in the microwave for a couple seconds, but what I found was the easiest tip or hack to re-liquefy these crystallizations or solidifications is simply using the hot plate off of your coffee maker. So all you would want to do is just walk over to your hot plate on the coffee maker, obviously remove the coffee pot itself, just place your material on top of the heating pad and just turn it on. Let it sit for about 5 minutes or less and your material is going to be liquefied and no problem. Okay, tip number 2, which probably is a no-brainer for a lot of you guys, is I store my natural citruses or natural citrus essential oils in the fridge, and this is gonna prolong the shelf life. Most citruses out there usually have a shelf life maybe 1 to 2 years max. If you store them in the refrigerator, you're gonna get probably another 12 months longevity or lifespan out of your natural citruses. And what I mean by naturals, I mean your natural bergamots, your lemons, your oranges, your grapefruits, anything that is a citrus that has a peel, store them in the fridge and you'll make them last longer. Okay, so tip or DIY hack number 3 is going to be smell your creations outside of your work environment. And what I mean by that is simply when you're in your work environment, whether if it's in your office or in front of your perfumer's organ and you're smelling your new creations and you want to evaluate them, get out of that environment, because a lot of the aromas around you are kind of playing mind tricks or head games on you while you're trying to sniff, because you're still picking up a bunch of different aromas around you based on if you have all your bottles out in front of you and things like that. So what I like to do is simply just go outside. If you have a patio, go outside, smell it in the fresh air, and you're gonna completely smell your newly concocted, fragrance in a completely new way, and you'll pick up on the small, subtle nuances that you might have missed if you're smelling your perfumes in a stuffy, small, enclosed room. And tip number 4 is going to be how to wash your glass pipettes or small little Boston round bottles. And this one I actually use a lot because I personally love to use glass pipettes instead of plastic, so I'm constantly trying to wash them. But here's a nice little solution that you could use that makes all the hard to get off grimy, gunky resins that are really hard to clean. So my solution is simply if you grab a small or medium-sized mason jar, fill it with orange cleaner or like an orange cleaner degreaser, and you'll want to dilute that 50-50 with water, and then throw in some more rubbing alcohol, like household rubbing alcohol, 70 or 90% rubbing alcohol. Mix that up and fill up that mason jar bottle, and now you can simply drop all your glass pipettes or your small little 15 ml bottles or anything glass inside there and let them sit for about 6 to 8 hours. And then when you're done, simply take everything out and just rinse them in just regular room temperature tap water, and all the gunk and all the oils simply slide right off. Okay, and tip number 5 is going to be how to reuse all your trash perfumes, all your trash trial blends that you don't want to use. And instead of simply throwing them out, here's how you can reuse them. So what I like to do is I take an empty spray bottle, usually like a good Febreze bottle, because what we're gonna do is make a room spray with this. So with this empty bottle, the spray bottle, fill it about 1/10 of the way up with liquid fabric softener, throw in a couple teaspoons of just regular, household rubbing alcohol, and then fill the remaining bottle about halfway up with just regular tap water. This way you're gonna leave some room in there so you can start, discarding all your old fragrances, all your old blends in here. So once you, simply just start dumping things in there, just shake it up and, spray it around and spray it as a room spray. You'd be surprised. These concoctions actually can be they smell great sometimes. And it's better than just throwing them away and wasting materials. Okay, so that was quick 5 easy DIY tips and hacks. So if you enjoyed them, comment down below. Let me know if they're working for you. And if you guys have some, DIY tips and hacks that would benefit everybody here in the community, feel free to comment below. Let everybody know what your tips and hacks are. So with that being said, until next time.